Trisha Paytas has been exposed once again, this time by her own Facebook post about her old school that she went to, and her ex-classmates were seen commenting on these posts as well. Trisha's old blog posts have also resurfaced, and some of them are seriously questionable. It appears deleting videos that amassed 1 billion views did not work in her favour, because her problematic past is all over the internet. So let's start by investigating these old Facebook posts from 2013. February the 6th, 2013, Trisha had posted, "I didn't realise I was Facebook friends with so many people I went to high school with. Small world. Hi, if I liked you. F off if you treated me like shit. And if you're still living in Little PEC or Little Byron, hope Mr. Dunn and or Mr. Baker are both still teaching, because they're fine are the only reasons I stayed in school. Yum, oh. Teaching me English very close to my face. I couldn't name one other teacher. Hey Pekatanika High School, I'll be back in Rockford, Illinois from January the 30th to February the 1st for work/family visits, but let me know if the hottie science teacher Mr. Dunn still works there, and then invite me for lunch." Here we can see people who either went to school or were still going to school at that point in time had commented on one of her posts saying, "Mr. Dunn is still working at Peck High School and still really buff. Pekatanika isn't that bad, and from what I remembered you were well liked by most people in that school. Ha ha ha, well clearly Carl, you remember nothing, but it was the most tolerable. Sarah girl, one chick who did ask me to hang out outside of school. How you been girlfriend? Oh my god, I want to eat Mr. Dunn's. Know what I'm saying? Shayla, does he still do wrestling? Mr. Baker putting on my heart monitor in freshman year gym. Yes and yes. And I did do a makeup collection, but I will do an updated one soon." Someone had then said, "Not anymore, he was the gym teacher and got moved up to the principal. WTF, he's a principal now? What? Awesome. He was amazing. Reading Romeo and Juliet with him is like the single reason I started like guys like twice my age. If he still has grey hair and bod, I'm in. Last I know though, he's a teacher at the elementary school. Mr. Baker isn't teaching. He's assistant principal or whatever." Okay, I'm just going to pause for a second. Really disturbing that Trisha is still talking about her teachers like that, and especially leaking their names. Trisha had also said, "Lol, who's Barton and Mibs? I barely remember Byron. Is that sad? Like blocked it out. I remember wearing heart monitors in gym at the rec centre and Mr. Baker teaching me English very close to my face. I couldn't name one other teacher." I love how everyone wants to claim they know you when you start getting any amount of success. Like seriously? Seriously. Lol lol lol, is it weird that 8 years later and the only thing I think about / miss from Illinois is Mr. Dunn? Like WTF. Oh my god, the one girl was like still in high school, and the other people, I only knew one girl named Paige who commented. Everyone else, I'm like, who are you? And right? In the comments alone, they all hated me. It's so funny. It is high school. Mummy Paytas, aka Lena Paytas, can testify that the people in that particular school they were referring to, the last high school I went to, were the worst, most judgmental. I literally ran the day we finished to California. Literally. Mama Paytas knows. My dad came and scooped me away from those crazy Someone had said, "Well, we were a small school of 200, it was a judgmental school, but no one was mean to you, and you were a cheerleader and well liked." Now, I don't know how you guys feel about all this, but it's pretty clear from what we've seen that those rumours of Trisha hitting on her teachers and making them really uncomfortable are in fact true. She literally admitted it herself on Facebook. Unfortunately, things get a lot worse from here. Her old blog, Trish Like Fish, has been brought to light, and people have serious concerns for this blog post she made about why young girls should date old men. It's really contradicting to her current viewpoints on how disturbing it is for a 40-plus-year-old to be dating someone in their 20s. So her old blog post reads, "Why you might want to start dating older men." Here is a photo with her and Hugh Hefner. "Tonight on Twitter, I got inspired to blog because let's face it, there's just not enough characters in a tweet to say all I need to say on why I prefer the older men. Young girls, let me break this down for you. When all the teenage lasses were crushing on the football player or the drummer of some punk band, I was always drawn to the older intellectual teacher, the one who wore the glasses, had the power, told the class to settle down, give you encouragement, and have that little something extra, the huge biceps. What was it about the older man? I didn't know until much later in life. And now at 25 years old, I have a little insight to share with why my 18 to 24-year-olds are ginessing for the 40, 50, 60 somethings. Disclaimer, please be 18 if you're gonna start getting it on with the hot and the older dudes. Yes, age ain't nothing but a number, unless you're then it's bait. Just saying. 18 is the legal age of consent. Once you're 18, you can for all anyone cares. Actually, scratch that. That too. Being someone who's like 95 for all I care, as long as they have a pulse, you're good. Okay ladies, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Older men will make you scream. Nobody can come close to that of a man who has experienced life, love, success, women, hurt, loss, etc. The man over 40 will give you the greatest experience of your life. They will take control, they will listen to you and your body, and they will be than any little punk 20-year-old can ever dream to be. The 40-plus-year-old will make you sore for days and days to follow. That mother effer be just so like WTF, it's magical. It's magical. I personally prefer the 50 age range, always have, ever since I was 18. I date mostly 40-somethings, but I always prefer being at the 50-somethings. Hot. My last conquest was 82. He ended up being but he could bring it. I've only him with a man over 40. Anything less is for the birds. And here we can see a disturbing pic of Trisha with an older man. Older men appreciate you. Young guys take your firm, soft skin for granted. They think of you as just a dime a dozen, but the older man will cherish his young and beautiful little. I swear when I'm like in my 40s, I'll be at the senior centre looking for those 95-year-olds I was talking about earlier. I need to be the hot younger thing, so naturally aging hasn't been easy for a gal like me, but luckily my preference in men, it just keeps getting older and older as I do, so it all balances out. I have an infatuation with a 50-year-old man at the moment of typing this, but this 65-year-old is really starting to step up the. Plus, I can see he appreciates me more. The 50-year-old may still be with 18-year-olds. I ain't hating. I was one of these desirable young bees, but the 65-year-old knows he's got a good thing with this piece of role-playing with my daddy. Don't judge. Any younger girls dating an older man has definitely called him daddy. Daddies don't refer to them being sugar daddies. Heck, I've had daddies that were living off me. Big mistake. Y'all should at least be equals or close to it. But the simple fact that they could in fact logistically, statistically be your actual father makes the older man relationship all that much hotter. Yes, daddy, I've been a bad girl. Me? Older men got it together. Well, for the most part. I've dated my fair share of older men who have no effing clue what's going on in their world or the real world, but I would say 95% of older men I've dated know what they want in life. Sometimes they may just want a fling, but they'll be honest about it. They're not going to pretend they want something else when all they want is TNA, and if they really like you, they're going to tell you. No games with the older man, no guessing if they like you. Will they call? Some older men want the cool, and the cool can be fun, so just know what you want. He'll tell you what he wants, and it avoids any BS drama that comes with dating these boys. Here's the thing, we're all attracted to different types of people. I'm not saying if you're 18 you need to start having with an 80-year-old, just because that's what I did. I just get asked all the time what it's like dating older guys, why I prefer dating older guys, what makes me excited about the older man. Sometimes you don't know why you like the things you do, you just do. This is the best way I can explain why my when I watch movies like The Bucket List, The Crew, or Grumpy Old Men. I mean, don't be afraid to go after what you want. F society. It's not about being gold diggers. I pay my own bills, thank you very much. People in society just don't want to accept that old dudes are effing amazing in bed, so they just make up shit to talk trash. Sorry 32-year-old journalist, you don't know shit why I'm with someone my grandpa's age, so just keep talking on the internet in your mama's basement. Peace, love, baby. Yikes. So what are your thoughts on Trisha's past resurfacing? Let me know in the comments.